Good afternoon, dear students. As you can see on screen, the quote is there that no learning can take place without the self-learning. We all are trying our best to give you the knowledge, but without self-learning, it is not possible to learn any concept. So, keeping in mind the situation of nowadays, instead of face-to-face learning, Agarwal Vidya Vihar English Medium College switch over to e-learning. This is a this is a lecture for the subject Human Resource Management. This subject is going to share by two faculties, I and Professor Shivangi Sethi. The madam has already taken two lectures and she explained about the syllabus of the subject. As you can see on the slide, there are 4 units in your subject. First one is Human Resource Management. Second, Human Resource Planning. Third, Training, Career Planning and Compensation. Fourth, Industrial Relations and Collective Bargaining. Each unit having the weightage of 25%, means total 100% is there. I'm not going to explain the syllabus in detail because it is already explained by the Shivangi madam. Okay, the name of our subject is Human Resource Planning. So the first question arises, what do you mean by resources? Now be very careful here. I'm not talking about the human resources. I'm talking about the resources. What do you mean by resources? So the answer is that a supply of something or a piece of equipment, etc., that is available for somebody to use is known as the resources. Suppose if we require lights, so lighting facility is there, tube lights is there, it is the resources. Machinery in the factory is the resources. Fridge, any equipment if we require to satisfy the need is the resources. Of course, there are financial resources also. The resources are also bifurcated into the natural and resources and the man-made resources. Natural resources means the resources which are given by the nature, and the man-made resources means the resources which are made by the man itself. So different kinds of examples are there of the resources. We are not going to learn about the types of resources. Just the meaning should be very clear about the resources. Resources means the anything which is available to use to someone is known as the resources and to satisfy the needs. The name of our subject is Human Resource Planning. So now if the meaning of resources is clear, so we want to start the topic human resource. What do you mean by human resource? So now here we have to explain the definition from the any organization point of view. Now, what do you mean by human resource? The total knowledge, skill, creative ability, talent, attitude, and belief of an organization workforce, as well as the values, attitude, and belief of the individual involved is known as the human resources. Means any person who is directly or indirectly related to the organization or working in the organization, the power of that worker, whether he is the employee of the top management, middle management, bottom management, or whether he is the director or he is just a small worker or he is in the administrative department or the management department or the inventory department, wherever the person is working, the knowledge of that person, the skill the person is having, and the creativity, the talent he the persons are having, means suppose in an organization total top management plus the middle management plus the bottom management, total there are suppose 1 lakh employees. So the skill of that 1 lakh employees is known as the human resource. Yeah, it is the skills also, the knowledge also, and personal beliefs also. As a human being, what we are having some of the personal values and attitude. That values and attitude, beliefs differ from person to person. This is also include the part of the human resource. So the combination of all these things is known as the human resource. Then the question arises, what do you mean by human resource management? As the name of our subject is human resource management. So what do you mean by it? You may aware about that in any organization a department is there. The name of the department is human resource department. So suppose if a person is the director or the manager of that human resource department, so what the person has to do as a director or as a manager of the department? What the person has to do? The person has to do the activity of acquisition, development, motivation, and maintenance of the human resource. Clear? Okay, this is the process consisting these activities. What you have to do, you have to acquire human resource. Acquire means you have to recruit. Yeah, in-house or other by using other techniques. The techniques we are going to discuss later on. But what is the basic concept that the manager has to recruit the employees. Second thing about the development, the manager has to develop the employees, has to provide the training facilities to the employees, and with the training facilities, this is the duty of the human resource manager to motivate them also. And very important thing about the maintenance of the human resource. Sometimes it may there ki after recruitment and after the training process or after the job period of 5 to 6 years, the person switch over to the rival firm. This should not be a good position for any organization. It is a main duty of the human resource manager to maintain our human resource. Yeah, we are suppose we are having the any tangible assets or any tangible resources. To use that type of resources, skill require. You cannot use any resource without the human resource. Yeah, again I am repeating, you cannot use any other resource in your organization without the human resource. Human resource is very, you can say the very important or on the priority basis of any organization. To maintain that type of resources is a very important role of human resource manager. The turnover ratio means the ratio that the employees switch over to the next firm, that should be low for any organization. If that ratio is high because of any reason, so this is the adverse situation for any organization. So human resource management means this is a process and it is a continuous process. Not you have to do this process only one time. It is a continuous process that a human resource manager has to do till the life of the organization. Yeah, so it is a process consisting some of the steps, and that steps are, first one is the acquisition, means the recruitment of the employees. Second is the development, means to provide the training facility, and with the training facilities the manager has to do the motivational activities also. And lastly, it is very important to maintain that type of human resources which you have recruit, and you have you have trained them, means you have spent lots of time on them to make them a perfect person for a you can say a right person for that job. And after being the right person, if the person leave your organization, so this is not good for any organization. The human resource manager has to maintain the human resource. We are going to start with the second chapter, so second unit. The first unit, human resource management, you can see in the syllabus. The first unit is, the name of the unit is human resource management. This unit is already started by the Shivangi madam. I am going to start with the second unit, human resource planning. Okay. Now the question arises, what we are going to learn in this unit. The key points are written on the PPT slide, that we have to learn about the meaning of the human resource planning. Then what is the procedure to plan about the human resource? Forecasting demand and supply about the manpower, how the manager is able to forecast the demand of the manpower for the expecting goal or the future project, and how the manager is able to get the employees, what are the sources of supply, that how the person can forecast, that we are going to learn in this unit. Then is the skill inventory. We are going to learn skill is again an inventory. Yeah. Next, brief idea about the HRIS, Human Resource Information System. Then we have to discuss about the succession planning, job analysis, the uses of the job analysis and methods of the job analysis. And the next we have to discuss about the job description and job specification. I'm not explaining the meaning of all this thing because it is already done in the introduction part of the syllabus. Then we have to learn the recruitment, selection and orientation in this unit. We have to learn about the internal and external sources of recruitment, selection and orientation. Then we have to learn about the e-recruitment and the selection process of the manpower. And lastly, the last topic for the unit is the orientation process. Okay. Now, as we are going to start the chapter, second unit, human resource planning. First of all, the first question arises that what do you mean by human resource planning? So, the answer is that human resource planning is the process of estimating total requirements of human resource in the light of activities to be undertaken during a specific future period of time for the achievement of organizational and the departmental goals. Clear? I'm repeating the definition again. Human resource planning is the process of estimating the total requirement of human resource in the light of activities to be undertaken during a particular specific future period of time for the achievement of departmental and organizational goal. Okay, now as you can see in the PPT, I have written some of the head points that human resource planning is a subsystem of total organization planning. If we are doing any planning related with the organization, the human resource planning is the sub part of that planning. No planning for the organization can exist without the human resource planning, as the human resource are the key center of any organization. Next, human resource planning facilitates the realization of company's objective for the future by providing the right type and number of personnel. As I just said in the definition part, that the human resource planning facilitate the realization, means the company is going to get the human resource or the manpower. Why? For the objective for future objective which is going to be achieved in near future by providing two things. First, manpower is essential, but it is the condition that the person should be the right person for that particular job. And the second thing, the persons or the personnel should be in a specific number that the organization require. Yeah, so here two things are important. Not only the supply of manpower, but the supply should be of the right person and in a right number. So this can be done if the human resource planning department is there in the organization. Then if the human resource department is not there in the organization cannot run for a long run. It is a compulsory department for any organization, because as I already said that human resource are the key source of any organization. Human resource planning is also called as the manpower planning or the personnel planning or the employment planning. In some of the discussion, you may find that the main power planning word is there or the personnel planning word is there. So the meaning of all these words are same. Human resource planning means the manpower planning or the personnel planning or the employment planning. The definition is written here. Human resource planning involves the projection of manpower demand, the projection of manpower supply, an action to bring the supply and demand into a balance at a desirable level. What the human resource manager has to do. First thing, this planning is related with the future. It is not related with the past or the current scenario. The planning is always related with the future. So the projection is going to be done by the human resource manager. Okay, what the manager has to forecast? The manager has to forecast the manpower demand according to the organizational or the departmental goal for which the planning is going to be done. So the person has to be uh, forecast that how number of person required to fulfill that particular objective. That what the person has to do, what the manager has to do, the manager has to has to do projection or has to forecast about the manpower supply. That the manager has decided that for a particular job, 100 number of worker, this type of worker with the this qualification our organization requires. But now the question arises how the organization is able to acquire that persons with the same qualification that the organization require or with the same skills or the experience that the organization require. So this is the duty of the human resource manager to find out the sources of supply. Then after forecasting the demand, after forecasting the sources of supply, what the person or what the manager has to do, the manager has to bring supply and demand into at such desirable balance that the organizational or the departmental goal should be achieved. Yeah, if why the balance word is used here, because the supply should not be less or should not be more. The supply is less, so the management or the organization is not able to fulfill the objective for which the planning is done. And the second is, if the supply is more than the need, then unnecessarily it will increase the expense of the organization. The organization has to pay the salary, the requirement or the productive duty done by each employee will be going to be reduced. So unnecessary expenses or unnecessary maintenance cost is going to be increased for a particular objective. So the supply and demand should be in balance to achieve the desirable level. The next, you can see the characteristics of the human resource planning. Now the characteristics or the features or the elements are not the part of our syllabus. But as we are discussing the topic human resource planning, it is necessary to understand the basic elements about the human resource planning. So starting with the first point, I have mentioned 11 point here. Starting with the first point, the human resource planning is a managerial function. Okay. As I said, that human resource manager has to perform this function. It is a managerial function. To perform this function, a person requires the managerial ability. Not all the level of persons can perform this function. Here, if the person is having the managerial ability, then only the person is able to do the human resource planning, because it requires some of the important skills and experience. Second, it is all level activity. It is not so that human resource planning is just for a top level or the bottom level or the middle level. For the fulfillment of any objective, whether it is organizational objective or whether it is departmental objective, to fulfillment of the objective, the main power required at all the levels. So the human resource manager has to forecast about the demand and supply, about the need of the manpower at all the levels of the organization. So this is all level activity. Next, it is beneficial to both the parties. Both the parties means the organization and for the employees. The human resource planning is beneficial for both the parties. Why? Because if the human resource planning is done, then unnecessary cost of the organization is going to be reduced. As I said, the maintenance cost or the unnecessary salary paid to the extra employee is going to be reduced. Secondly, the person is having the moral that I am the right person for performing this duty because I am selected according to the human resource planning. And so with the human resource planning, the security of job is also going to be increased as the organization is able to recruit the right number of person, not more than the requirement. So this is the beneficial for both the parties, organization as well as the employees. Next, top level management's responsibility. As I said, that it requires the managerial ability to perform. Only the person having the managerial ability can perform this function. So, of course, that type of person can be found in the organization on top management, not in the bottom management or the middle level management. So, this is the function, this function of human resource planning is the responsibility of the top level management. Next, characteristics, it is for all grades of employees. As I discussed in the second point, it is all level activity. The meaning of this point is somehow similar. It is for all grades of employee, whether you require the uneducated person, whether you require the qualified person, whether you require the highly qualified person, unexperienced person, or the experienced person, any type of employee you require, you have to go through the human resource planning. So for any grade of employee, the human resource planning is essential for the organization to achieve the objective. Next is, it is a modern concept. Why it is a modern concept? Because before the 50 years, you may not find any human resource department in any organization. This is the modern concept to minimize the cost of maintenance of the organization and for the betterment of the employee. Before some of the decades, the human resource department does not exist in the organization. So you can say that the human resource planning is a modern concept. Next is, it is future oriented. As we know that the planning is always for future. It is not for past, it is not for present. Yeah, planning is always and always related with the future. Now here we are talking about the human resource planning. So how many number of human resource require or how many human resource can be achieved or can be recruited. This planning is in the organization is it is for the future purpose or the future goals which the organization wants to achieve, whether it is for near future or for a longer time period. Next, it is a continuous process. As I already said, planning is always a continuous process. And here we are talking about the human resource planning. And without the human resource, any organization cannot exist. So human resource planning is always and always a continuous process for the organization. Of course, this is a continuous role that the human resource manager has to perform because there are short long-term goals which is bifurcated into many short-term goals, and for the achievements of every short-term goals the manager has to go through the human resource planning. The manager has to perform the functions of human resource planning. So till the life of the organization, the human resource planning is the continuous process. Next, optimum utilization of the human resource. How you can utilize human resource in an optimum way? Human resource planning focus on the optimum utilization of human resource in the organization because it checked that how much of employee are utilized in the productive manner. It also identifies that employees existing capability and the future potentialities to perform the work. Suppose the person wants to recruit an employee who is having the managerial ability, but one extra employees are already there, or one employee is already there in the organization who is having the potentiality to perform that function. The person can be the right person for that post. So the human resource planning also check these types of matters. Yeah. So the human resource planning is focused on the optimum utilization of the human resource of the organization. Next is the right kinds and right number. As I already said, this focus on the right person at right job or the right person at right place. Human resource planning determines the right number and the kind of the people at the right time and a right place. It is compulsory that the person should be recruited at the right time to achieve the goals and at the right place and means at the right post who are capable of performing the required job. It also accesses the future requirement of the manpower of the organizational objective. So it is compulsory that the right person should be recruited in a right number for a right place or for a right job. Next, planning for long-term and short-term. Human resource planning, as I said, it is a continuous process. It is a, you can say it is a never-ending process. So now the organization is having the long-term objective. For the fulfillment of that long-term objective, the organization has to go through the human resource planning, or the human resource manager has to do the human resource planning. And again, the long-term objective is bifurcated into many short-term objectives, and for fulfillment of each short-term objective, the manager has to do the activity of human resource planning, has to perform the duty of human resource planning. Why? Because if any planning is done for the organization without the human resource planning, so the succession chances of that planning will be low, because as I said, we are not able to use any resource without the human resource. Yeah, no organization can exist without the human resource. And again, the same thing. Not only the human resource we require, not only the number of person we require, we also require the right person with the right qualities, and again at the right post. Then only the organizational objective, whether it is for long run or whether it is for short run, can be achieved by the organization or by the department. So you can say that the human resource planning is also related with the long term planning, and it is also related with the short term planning. I hope it is clear. So just for the fast revision, what we done in today's lecture, we discussed the meaning of resources. Okay, what do you mean by resources? Then we discussed the meaning of human resource, that the total number of knowledge, skills and all of total number of employees working in the organization is called the human resource. Then we discussed the meaning of human resource management. It acquires the process, it consists the process of acquisition, development, motivation and maintenance of the human resource. Then we started the second unit, human resource planning. In that we discussed about what points we have to learn in the unit number 2. Then we discussed about the what do you mean by human resource planning, how it is a subsystem of any organizational planning. Then we discussed about the definition part of the human resource planning, and then we discussed about the characteristics. Again, I am repeating, these characteristics are not the part of your syllabus. As you can see in your syllabus, characteristics is not written, or elements or feature what is not there. So characteristics is not the part of your syllabus, but as I already said, we are learning about human resource planning. So it is the basic condition, or you can say it is understood. So it is essential to understood the characteristics of the human resource planning. That's why I discussed the characteristics with you. As we discussed, first point, just first revision, first point is the managerial function. Why? Because to do the human resource planning, managerial ability is required. Second, it is all level activity. Why? Because human power or the human resource or the manpower required at all level of the organization. It is not so that human resource required only at bottom level or the middle level or the top level. At all the levels of organization, the organization require the human resource. So that's why the human resource planning is related with the all level activity. Next, it is beneficial for both the parties, which are there. The parties, first party is the organization and the second party is employee. It is beneficial for both. Organization's cost is going to be reduced and the job security and the morale or the motivation of the personnel is going to be increased. Next, top managers, management's responsibility. As I said, the person require the managerial ability, and these types of ability is going to be found in the top management persons. So it is the responsibility of the top management to do the human resource planning. And this is the duty of the human resource manager. It requires for all grades of employees, as I said, whether you require educated employee, whether you require uneducated employee, or whether you require the employee with the basic qualification or with the high qualification or with the experienced employee or unexperienced employee, any kind of employee you require in your organization to achieve any objective, whether it is short-term objective or long-term objective, whether it is organizational objective or whether it is departmental objective, for the achievement of objective or for the recruitment of any grade of employee, the human resource planning is essential part. It is a modern concept. Before some time, and no human resource department is there in the organization. Next, of course, it is for future oriented. Why? Because planning is always for future. So the organization requires to achieve some of the future goals. For that goal achievement, the planning is going to be done by the human resource manager. Of course, it is a continuous process till the life of the organization. Why? Because at the time of every objective, at the time of planning of any organization process, the human resource planning is the sub part or the you can say the key part of the planning, because without planning of human resource, any planning cannot be success, or you can say the chances of success is going to be reduced. Next, optimum utilization of human resource. Why? Because the human resource planning is going to find that the how many number of human resource required and how many the ability and the potentiality of the human resource is already there in our organization. Next, right kind and the number. The recruitment should be of the right person in a right number at the right place. Again, I am repeating, the recruitment should be done of the right person in a right number at the right place. Then only the human resource planning is successful. Then only the organizational objective can be achieved. The next is the planning for short term and the long term. Any planning, whether it is related with the short term or a long term planning is bifurcated into many short term planning. For the achievement of any planning, suppose the person wants to launch any new product, this person wants to do for the diversification, launch any new branch, for any type of planning, the human resource planning is essential. So these all are the characteristics of the human resource planning. From the next lecture, we will start with a new topic. Till then, stay home, stay safe, start learning, because as I already said in the starting, no learning can be take place without the self-learning. So the self-learning is very important part of our life. Without self-learning, you are not able to learn anything in the life. So start learning by yourself also. Stay home, stay safe. See you in next lecture. Bye.